Hey everybody, Barry at CTech-review. We're gonna do a quick video on a product that I think everybody should get for their vehicle. It doesn't matter if it's an RHO or any vehicle. This is something I recommend for everybody. We're gonna get another one of these to put in our other vehicles as well. In the world we live today, there's so many crazy drivers and there's so many crazy things that happen. And I'm going to give you a case in point example. I was coming home from our guy's snowmobile trip the other day, and I saw something on the road I've never seen in my life. And if I would have had the dash cam up, this video would have went viral because you guys wouldn't have believed me unless I showed you this video. I'm heading southbound on I-75 South, and I noticed something ahead of me. In the distance, I can see headlights facing me on the highway. I'm like, what in the world? And as it's getting closer, I'm thinking, well, maybe it's a cop is like backwards on the fast lane, but on the shoulder. Next thing you know, there is a car in the fast lane driving right at me on a highway. This is one way. I'm doing 70 miles an hour. We're on the highway, and there's this little old woman in a Ford Edge going the wrong direction on the highway. That's how people get killed. It was the creepiest feeling. My mind immediately went into, once I'm starting to figure out what's going on, I'm like, is this person trying to kill someone? Is this suicide? I got a trailer behind me. I'm slowing down as fast as I can, getting ready to pull off the road, off the side. Just, I don't know if I'm about to have a head-on collision or not. As soon as this happened, I call 911 and I'm like informing the police, like, you guys got a person driving the wrong way on the highway. This is creepy. I hope to God, I haven't checked the news. I hope that person got off the highway safely, didn't kill somebody, but this was a really creepy thing. I've heard about stories of this happening. I saw it firsthand. This is what the box looks like for the A329. And you can see it's got the inside, it's got the front facing and rear facing camera. Also, you can get a polarized lens for the front and rear. I'm not running them right now. I kind of want to see what it looks like without it. Plus, there's a little bit of a wireless Bluetooth remote control you can add. Just going to show you, I just got the rear-facing camera left in the box, but kind of see how nicely this is boxed. And I like that they're running a 3M adhesive. This stuff is some of the best. But this is really nice and low profile for the rear-facing camera. Kind of see where, you can see where it plugs in. Pull this piece out. This gives you some of the instructions, some of the information as far as how it's set up. And then you can obviously just see some of the different wiring options. This is the wiring to connect into your front cam, and then this is the wiring for the rear-facing cam. Plus, it's pretty cool. They even give you a little trim piece tool to get in and out of there. So they kind of try to think of everything to make this easy. Even just little simple things like the packaging on this is pretty decent. Just little things like this. That's when having something like this Viofo A329 would be awesome. Absolutely awesome to have on hand. This thing is running right now 24/7 on a loop. I've got it at 4K and 30 frames per second. I purposely have at 30 frames per second because I've seen you get a little better resolution at the high speed. We went in and changed some of the settings. One of the things I love that this is attached to the RAM is the RAM has a 12-volt connection point right up here so we can connect right to the USB. You might ask, why do you got the wiring set up like this? It's because at the time of this video, I don't have the wiring yet that I want where I can hardwire this in and just like really nicely hide the wiring. That's gonna happen, but for right now, I at least want the system running. We also do not have the rear-facing camera set up for a few reasons. I've been trying to figure out how to run the wiring all the way through the headliner or down below in the floor without getting into the airbags and having interference of how the airbags are supposed to work on these trucks, the side curtain airbags. And I'm a freak when it comes to, I can't stand pulling these bottom trim panel, kick panel pieces, because from my experience, as soon as you start loosening these things up, the clips never fit great and you start getting sloppy panels and these things start popping off. So I'm a little concerned about popping all these panels off just to run a wire back there for the rear facing camera. So I got to figure out a way of how to get that rear camera without getting in interfering with the side curtain airbags or popping off these covers. So that's something for another video. We've got a 256 gig mini SD card reader up in there. It attaches pretty easily to my phone. You got to turn on a Wi-Fi network, but there's just neat little things like this. Like, check that out, guys. You can leave this thing connected, and it uses a 3M VHB tape on there, and it's really hard to get off. So make sure you clean the glass, prep it, and do a great job. But this is a super cool system. I'll be doing a future video on this just to kind of show more about this. But it comes with polarized lenses you can put on. It's a really, really nice feature, and we will get our rear-facing camera. It's got an auto detection for like a crash alert where it records prior to the incident and after the incident. That's kind of cool. Microphones built into it, 4K recording, front and rear. Not a bad price. I mean, this is a pretty respected brand, so I think this is going to hold up. You can pop out the SD card really easily. The app seems to be pretty decent as well. What I'd like to try to figure out is what is the best spot to put this that doesn't interfere. And I kind of chose it right here because this is kind of where my head's at when I'm driving. So it didn't really put too much interference just in that spot. I originally had it up here. The problem when you put the camera up there in the RHO is this bottom facing camera. The problem is it would pick up the side of this plastic, and then you wouldn't have a good display. So that was one reason we ended up moving this down. But how cool is that? Just to reattach, you could take it on and off. You could probably put it in multiple different vehicles if you want. I've also thought about putting it over here. You can't put it here because this interferes, but at least it'd be out of sight for the driver. If you put it up here, that might not be a bad spot there as well. And then I thought about way down here, but it's just, I feel like there's not going to be a clean way to do that. So in the future, we'll have a nicer hardwired setup put in there. We might put the rear-facing camera back there. I've even considered, what if I put the rear-facing camera on the front and it would capture all of the people in the vehicle, plus behind it? I don't know. I gotta mess around with that as well. All right, so I uploaded some random video footage from the Viofo A329. In this setting right here, I do not have the polarized lens, and this is 4K at 30 frames per second. Okay, so we're gonna have a freeze frame here. Look at the yellow sign on the right-hand side. Now I'm gonna zoom in and crop in on this, and you can kind of see the wording. Now this is at 4K 30 frames per second, but what it's saying is the bridge ices in this area. I don't think that's too bad considering the fact that we're about, at this point, probably near around 30 to 40 yards away. At 60 frames per second, it would be interesting to mess around with that. And I'll do this same clip again and see if we see any difference. But I can make that out, and I had zoomed in pretty far. And if you notice, the lighting is not the best. So we'll play around 30 frames, 60 frames, and see if we notice any difference. But overall, I think the resolution is awesome on this. As you watch when the signs go by, vehicles go by, it's not blurry. It seems to be working really well. But after doing my research, from what I've seen, this is one of the better value cameras out there. And to make a few different versions of it, if you're not going to use the rear-facing camera, they've got a lower-end version, and this is the latest version they do make. So if you're interested in it, I'll put a link down below. You guys can check this out and check it out on the website, check out the reviews. So far, before I did this video, I've got about 1,000 miles now of this camera, and I'll include some footage where you can kind of see what the quality is kind of capable of, and you can kind of see when you got crappy roads kind of what it looks like. And then I'll maybe even do a freeze frame where you can kind of see the resolution. But I think this is a pretty quality product, and I've been in touch with them, in great communication, good company. The boxing seems pretty decent. It comes with a lot of neat little features as well. The app seems to work okay as well. Hey guys, I hope you enjoy the video. If I do get some wild viral footage, I will for sure share with you guys about these Viofo A329 and what it does pick up. We might see that with driving across Michigan in some of these nasty weather days. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.